So the question of the day is, what do you do when you don't want to do anything? I've been struggling a little bit today because it's typically the day that I would plan and or shoot the videos that I have coming up for the channel. But when it got to be that part of the day for me, I just didn't really have any interest in the ideas that I already have. I have this long list of ideas that either I thought of or you guys suggested, and I just didn't feel inspired by any of them. And if there's one thing that I know for sure, it's that if I'm not inspired to do something, I'm not gonna put my all into it. So the question I kept asking myself is, should I force myself to shoot a video today? Is it that nothing is going to inspire me, or am I just missing that spark that I have sometimes when I'm going to shoot a video? So I'm interested to know, how do you guys deal with that? If you're not inspired to do something, but you know you should be doing it, or you know that you could potentially want to do that thing, how do you get past that point? Leave a comment below, let's start a conversation. Now there's definitely a part of me that wants to just take the day off, but the other side of me really wants to see what I can do to try and inspire myself, kind of find a way to spark creativity. This is an argument that I've seen a decent amount on the internet, whether creativity and inspiration can be sparked and kind of instigated, or whether it's something that just happens to you. So I came up with this one idea that I think might get me going as far as inspiration goes, and that's to go out and just shoot for the sake of shooting. Which might surprise you, but that's not something that I do. Typically when I go out to shoot photos or shoot video, it has kind of a purpose behind it, or I'm shooting photos and video while I'm doing something else. Either I'm hanging out with my wife, or I'm out trying to shoot a video for the YouTube channel. But it's not very often that I actually just go out just for the sake of shooting. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out on a photo mission, or a photo vlog, if you will, try and get some photos. I'm gonna talk you guys through my process and what I'm up to, picking locations, settings, all of those kinds of things, so you guys can get some insight as to what I do when I'm out shooting photos. Quick editor's note, I fully realize the irony in the fact that by creating this video, I'm no longer just going shooting for the sake of shooting, but I think you know what I mean. Back to the video. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything good. I don't know if I'm gonna teach anything good, but stick around and find out. First things first, let's get packed up and head out. Okay, A6500 with a 30mm lens, got a 56mm lens. I've got my 18-105, which will probably end up being the lens that I shoot most of the video on, because I've currently got my 16mm shooting right now, and I'll probably want that for some photos, but we'll throw this in here for now. I'm gonna bring the gimbal. I don't know if it'll come in handy or not. I've got ND filters and batteries and all the accessories that I might need. And then I've got a tripod strapped to the side of the backpack, so I think we're good to go. One thing that's becoming very evident very quickly is how fast I'm going to lose the light. We'll see what we can get. We might get some cool golden hour stuff if I can find a location quick enough. So the question now is, do I head to somewhere that I know I can get some decent shots, or do I take a chance and go somewhere new? For the sake of the fact that I'm running out of light, it would probably be safer to go somewhere I know. But for the mission of this video and the photos is to get me inspired, I'd say somewhere new is probably more likely to do that. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of split the difference. I'm gonna go in an area that's familiar, but to a part of it that's kind of new. And I think there are some cool photo opportunities there, especially because I just noticed that the moon is gigantic right now and it's full. And at this current moment, it's still pretty low in the sky, which is always nice because then you can get things in the foreground. So hopefully we can do something cool with that. I haven't even started shooting photos yet, and I'm already getting inspired for more video ideas. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have a really short window to actually hit this. The moon is right in the middle of one of our bridges here in Edmonton and just over this like factory. So I'm gonna try and frame it up so that I can get it right in between. But since I'm short on time, I'm gonna take photos now and talk to you guys later. So the biggest problem I'm running into right now is that I need this lens, but I haven't had time to switch it over, but I think this is my chance. The moon is currently hiding behind one of the beams in the bridge, so I'm gonna switch lenses so that I can get the 16 on there, and I couldn't have planned it better myself. They just lit up the bridge. So what I'm trying to do right now is get a couple of different exposures at a couple of different exposure levels so that I can then put them into Lightroom and use HDR. So it'll combine the 3 photos, but because it's so dark out here, I'm having to take long exposures, so there's a lot of time in between each shot. So we'll see if it works. I'm gonna throw on the Sigma 56mm and get in there and see if I can see the moon a little bit better. I think there might be some cool ones in there, but I'm gonna have to get them into the computer and see, because a lot of them I was playing around with exposures and that kind of stuff. Crossing our frozen fingers though, hopefully there's some cool stuff in there. Either way, this has definitely been a cool learning experience about this kind of photography, period. So as far as whether I feel inspired now, like the whole mission was, definitely. I'm stoked to get these back in the computer, see what they look like. If there's some cool stuff, I'll show you guys, and I'll show you how I edited them later this week. Anyway, I'm gonna get my frozen self back to my vehicle. If you like this video, make sure to leave a comment below, and on your way down, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.